Yeah, so welcome to T&N TV, to our lovely podcast. Just basically, we're going to discuss today a very
What are we talking about today, bruv?
interesting topic, maybe in some corners a controversial topic.
I don't know what we're talking about today. What are we talking about?
I'm going to spring a surprise. So basically, we're going to talk about the whole Devin Haney suing Ryan Garcia.
Devin the Dream.
Yeah, Devin the Dream. Yeah, Devin the Dream Haney. He must be dreaming, bruv. He's suing Ryan King Garcia.
Shit, the Dream and the King.
The Dream and the King, man. He's flipping... That dream's turning into a nightmare because he's basically... yeah, it's true. He's basically suing Garcia, yeah? But get this, he's not just suing him, yeah?
Way.
He's suing him for assault and battery in the ring.
What?
Which is one of the weirdest things, bruv. Because, like, think of it this way, yeah?
Suing who?
So, Devin Haney is suing Ryan Garcia for battering him in the ring. But the whole thing is revolving around that. Basically, Haney's saying that, look, you took this Ostarine substance, so you popped for Ostarine, and you got banned for it by the Athletic Commission. And Devin Haney's whole argument is that basically because Garcia, quote unquote, cheated and beat him up, he embarrassed him publicly. Garcia's basically, not Garcia, Haney's basically saying that his reputation's been damaged and his marketability's been hurt. And he's been hurt physically, and there's so much that goes into this. It's a bit of a crazy lawsuit, and the crazy thing is, a lot of the people are very split on what they think will happen next. A lot of the people are basically saying that this lawsuit has the potential to transform boxing completely, and basically they're saying that if Ryan Garcia loses, so basically Devin Haney wins the lawsuit, and Garcia has to pay a lot of compensation to Devin Haney. Now, bearing in mind, apparently, allegedly, he's already paid him $1.5 million for missing the weight.
Yeah.
The 3 pounds that he missed on the scales, yeah.
Is that in the contract, though?
No, they shook on it, and that was not in the contract, but they did
confirm that payment has been made.
That's the funny thing, that I don't even know if the payment's been made.
Probably ain't been
maybe
made.
Garcia didn't pay him, or maybe he did. Maybe it was in the contract. Maybe they did write it in the contract. But regardless, is that even let's say if Devin Haney gets a lot of money out of Garcia for damages, right? Damages to image, damages to marketability, damages to future earning. Because basically Haney's making an argument that his marketability has been hurt and he can't generate that much money now in his next fight because of this whole palaver that happened with the Ryan Garcia situation of him basically losing to a guy that was allegedly juicing. So the funniest thing is a lot of people are saying basically that this could have a effect that it would put cheats off, because cheats are going to think, okay, if I cheat now, not only will I get suspended, but now I'm going to get sued and I'm going to lose a lot of money, and basically it's going to make them think twice about cheating. But on the other side of that same coin to you, and again, I'm asking you of your opinion on what you think, do you think really if people are determined to cheat in a sport like boxing, do you think a potential, if a ban wasn't going to put them off cheating, do you think a potential lawsuit of them getting sued and having money come out deter them, or do you think the temptation is still too high for some people to cheat because they think, oh fuck it, I might as well make as much money as I can by winning, basically?
No, you know what? If they want to cheat, they're better off paying a bit of dough to their mate. Hey, look, put a bet on, and put a bet on. I'm going down in the second round.
Which is also like an illegal thing to do. It is illegal to bet on yourself.
I think, if you get caught cheating, you should definitely get a ban, and you should definitely get money capped from your fight purse. Definitely, man. Because at the end of the day, it's like...
But again, with this situation, we don't even know how much Garcia got overall for the whole fight. But assuming that he got anywhere close to 10 million, if Haney's suing him for that 10 mil... then basically he's taken all of the purse. He's not taken a chunk of the purse. He's taken all of the purse, maybe even more than the purse. Right? Which is like, damages for, again, reputation and all this stuff. So, again, does Garcia have that money to give if he loses the case? That
if he ain't, you can have another fight, man.
That's what I'm saying. Then he's going to have to fight just to cover the costs, basically, in essence, right? Which is pretty much a nightmare situation. No professional boxer or athlete would want to be in that situation where they have to...
I don't know too much about, because obviously I can't look at the files or nothing of the case and stuff, I don't know who's in the wrong, who's in the right. I don't really know too much about it, so I don't know, But
I think personally, the reason I even brought the whole situation up is I reckon that a lot of people are wrong, that according to some legal experts, basically, it looks like to me that Devin Haney is crazy to even sue Garcia because he's going to waste his money, because obviously lawyers cost a lot of money. They're not free, they're not cheap. they're not going to work for free for you, right? So assuming these lawyers are top lawyers, they're probably going to charge Haney a lot of money to be represented in court. And if Haney loses the case, then basically he's wasted a whole load of his own money. And he's also likely to lose simply because he needs to basically prove that Garcia intentionally took this stuff in order to cheat. And that's such a hard thing to prove. Like, he would have to have someone actually testify, like someone from Garcia's camp.
Like a mole.
Like a mole from Garcia's camp that testifies and says, look, here is, I got Garcia the drugs. We formulated this plan. We plotted to basically cheat and beat Devin Haney by the means of basically taking illicit substances to get a competitive advantage. And that's such a hard thing to do. Or he's got some sort of a secret video footage or audio recording or something.
Yeah.
But again, assuming that was true, don't you think that would have surfaced already? Like, if Devin Haney had some sort of a recording,
maybe when they have if they have a court
case, that would because that'd be crazy. That would like shock the boxing world, so to speak, if they actually had some sort of a. And again, we're just speculating at the moment.
Yeah.
But in terms of like, it's highly likely that he probably doesn't have a recording, right, or doesn't have a mole on the inside. And if it's literally just he's going off the failed test, which obviously is in the public domain already, it's been acknowledged. And Garcia himself, he's basically said, yep, I popped for this. Yep, I've accepted my ban, which I think was like a 12-month ban. So if he's got his ban, he probably paid some sort of a fee as well. And he probably had to give Haney that 1.5 million, I'm guessing, maybe if that was actually written in the contract. So meaning like Garcia's already copped a plea in essence. So I don't think they'll be able to punish him further. If he's already been punished by the sanctioning body and he's lost money, there's no way that Haney will be able to physically prove to a judge and jury of like 12 people that flipping Garcia intentionally cheated and took this substance.
Yeah.
And also the funny thing about Austrian is this, if he popped the day before the fight and the day after the fight, what kind of an advantage could that really have given Garcia? Like, it's tiniest... It's negligible. That Austrian, all it does is tries to help cut your weight and keep your muscle whilst you're doing your weight cut, basically.
Yeah.
Which is probably why some bodybuilders probably use it towards the end of when they're going to go into competition.
Okay.
But again, like unless Haney's saying that they found other substances in Garcia's system. Let's say Garcia was taking 3-4 other substances simultaneously the previous night just before the fight, which was, clearly to try to give him the biggest competitive edge possible, then realistically speaking, Haney don't really have much of a case, especially when it comes to the whole battery stuff. Yeah. And plus, it makes him look silly and weak. I mean, he already got an image problem. Devin Haney, people are laughing at him, saying he's feather-fisted, and he had a fight with some flipping carnival ticket salesman the other day.
I didn't watch that.
Yeah, that video is circulating online, and that even puts him in a worse light or a worse position. Because think of it this way, if Haney is to fight someone else other than Garcia now, who's he gonna fight? And he's gonna have the piss taken out of him, like people like Shakur Stevenson. There's so many other pro fighters that are gunning Haney already online. And in interviews and stuff, so it's almost like he's already got like
he might fight Teofimo.
Do you think?
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean Teofimo would fight anyone because he's one of these type of guys. But I think Teofimo will probably fancy his chances against Haney now because he's gonna think, damn, Haney can't fight.
Them lot had a little back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, because Lopez has a lot of back and forth with a lot of people, and he's a bit of a confrontational character, Teofimo Lopez, because apparently he ran into Terence Bud Crawford. Teofimo Lopez and Teofimo Lopez's dad. Yeah. They ran into Terence Crawford and they proper pissed Crawford off, where I think Crawford went on a rant saying that he was disrespected by Teofimo Lopez and he was going to basically kick his ass inside or outside of the ring even. Yeah. And with Crawford, man, he's serious. Like, Crawford ain't playing no games. So I think with Lopez, he would chat so much crap and he would have so much ammunition against Devin Haney that poor Haney would be mentally in a distressed state simply because there's all the fighters that he's going to have to fight from now on. They've got so much ammunition to use against him. He can't fight no Tank Davis.
Yeah.
The Tank will laugh at him, literally. And same with Shakur, same with Teofimo, and same with a couple of the others in the division as well.
He could fight Jack Catterall then, innit?
Yeah, that would be an interesting fight simply because Catterall himself isn't known to be a massive puncher either. And can be a negative/defensive fighter. So again, it's going to be a very technical fight. So maybe out of all the options available to Devin Haney, a Jack Catterall fight might be actually quite a good one to sort of recover and come back. But to be fair, for him to get his respect back, he has to fight Ryan Garcia in a rematch and beat Garcia to prove that the whole thing. Because again, if they do have a rematch and Garcia beats him up again, then it clearly proves to everyone that it wasn't the drugs or anything to do with any of that. It's just Garcia's a bigger, better fighter.
True.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So, and it'd be interesting. Like, what do you think Garcia's best sort of moves are after his eventual return? Because he's going to return, still a very young man, and that suspension is going to wear off quite soon. So he'll probably
have a fight that he can take over.
You think trying to get back?
I don't think he'll get back in the mix straight away. I think he'll probably have a warm-up fight. That'd be the smart thing to do, innit?
Of course.
But whoever he fights, he'll probably generate interest and sell tickets anyway.
100%.
Because he's been out of the ring for a long time. A lot of people would want to.
Do you think he would ever want to fight Tank Davis again and try to get that loss back from Tank? Because obviously he had a fight with Tank, and Tank does say that Garcia was one of the better people he's fought. So Tank kind of gives Garcia a bit of credit there.
Maybe
that Garcia was good. But
there's a lot of people Tank can fight. So.
Yeah, I suppose for him, the world is his oyster. And
he's got a lot of good fighters there you can fight.
He's the top dog in the division, so he can sort of pick and choose what
even
he wants
that
to do.
Pitbull Cruz.
Isaac Cruz.
He wanted a rematch before. So.
He's quite an intimidating little guy, isn't he? Pitbull Cruz, he literally looks like a pitbull. He proper looks like a angry pitbull, man. He looks like one of those players you love.
But it'll be a big fight, the rematch anyway. Devin Haney and Ryan
Garcia, that'd be huge. Just because of the controversy as well. Like take out how good of a fighters they both are. It's just because of the controversy sells that much.
Yeah.
And both Garcia and Haney, they can talk the fight up. And can you imagine the press conferences? The amount of shit that they would be able to talk to each other, and the back and forth between the Devin Haney's dad.
There'll be a lot of beef there.
It'd be crazy beef. Probably the most beef we have ever seen.
Yeah.
Because obviously, when you sue someone, that's personal. That's even beyond business.
Headache, innit?
That's a proper headache. Because end of the day, if they wanted to settle things outside of the ring and outside of the courts, they could have probably come to some sort of a mutual agreement, innit? Okay, this amount of finances, and let's have a rematch. But I think, to be fair, the only way I can see a rematch between these two is if both of them want to basically take each other's heads off. It's like revenge. It's personal. It's not just financial, okay? Because again, Garcia could make money doing other things. I'm sure Haney could continue his career, but clearly for these lot, they must hate each other.
Yeah.
Garcia probably can't stand Haney, and Haney's probably mentally hates Garcia, thinking he's a cheater and he ruined his career.
Could be a lot of bad blood there.
Proper bad blood, yeah. So again, the weigh-in's going to be tasty. Could be all sorts of objects flying.
I remember when after the fight, that Ryan Garcia's dad cussing out Eddie Hearn. You bitch, you motherfucker. Bit of joke.
That was a classic, wasn't it? Yeah.
That was funny, man. Yeah.
Because again, it was one of those ones where a lot of people had Haney as a favourite. Like even I predicted Haney to win that fight, and I was kind of shocked when.
I think I went for Ryan
Garcia.
Yeah. Ryan Garcia, he's a proper quick man. He's a really, really fast fighter.
Yeah, it's very explosive, very twitchy. He's like probably one of the fastest fighters, fastest left hook in the.
He's trying to watch. I like his left hook.
Yeah, and again, God knows with the mind games as well. Nobody really knows what mental state Ryan Garcia was in. Was he really trolling people? Was he really having some sort of a mental breakdown? Was he drinking alcohol, like he said, or was he just lying, like he said? Oh no, it was just orange juice and some sort of apple spritzer or something. So again, you just can't tell. He was either a genius in terms of playing mind games, or he's completely loco. and the mystery, because we don't really know which one is the truth, or maybe a mixture of both. That's what makes Ryan Garcia more compelling. You just literally don't know what the geezer's going to do from 1 minute to the next.
Unpredictable.
It's super unpredictable. He could be happy, he could be crying, he might just
remember on the rain, he was having a bottle of beer or whatever.
Yeah, Corona or something.
Yeah, but I think afterwards, or maybe I can't remember if it was after the fight.
He said it was juice and soda water, basically. But then again, do you believe him and do you trust him? It could have been beer. We just don't know. We've got no idea what was inside of that bottle. Could have been just water. That's the thing. It's mad. You never know. And the whole thing about him intentionally missing weight, I think he probably found the weight cut against Tank so hard to make that he decided, you know what, forget this. I'm not going to kill myself getting down to 140. So that's why he came in at 143, I think it was. So, I mean, yeah, £3 over isn't like a huge amount, but I suppose in those close margins on a world title fight, it makes a difference. He probably felt better, stronger, more hydrated. And obviously Haney wanted to deny him that. He wanted him to fight at 140 because then Garcia would have his size advantage taken away from him.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those ones. But yeah, I mean, I suppose it's such a lively division that you can't really keep your eyes off it. Anything can happen at any time. And for us as the fans, it's good fun.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, so that's about it. So again, stay locked, and we'll probably comment on the outcome of that court case when eventually it takes place, because they're going to be fascinating. Whichever way the outcome breaks, whether it's guilty or not guilty, it's going to have its own sort of ramifications and repercussions. So it'll be a very interesting thing to keep an eye on, just to see what happens next.
Definitely.
That's it. So stay locked to T&N TV, subscribe, and we'll see you soon.